There's one person watching, and his car's on the front row. Jason Crow Media, and I tell you what, let's not underestimate the contribution that Jason Crow made to Speedway Sedans Australia and in the live coverage around the country here. Jason, I hope we're doing you proud, mate. As Southwell will start from position number 1 here. Plenty of people tuned in. Mildura, Kingsthorpe, Ovalstone and Tasmania, Roma. Hello, Ryan. That's me. Yep. Eagle Hawk in Victoria, Horsham in Victoria, Launceston and Tassie. There's people everywhere, right around the country, tuned in to make smoking history. Collie Speedway. Top 3. Yeah, that's right. I didn't stutter. Top 3 transfer into tonight's 22-car A-Main. What an event it is going to be. As we get ourselves sorted, the pace truck is in and the time for talk is finished. Southwell and Irving on the front row here of B-Main number 1. 20 laps to get through for the top 3 to transfer into the big dance tonight. We are set to go green here. Southwell and Irving, WA versus Victoria, leads us past the flagman for the first time. Look at Zoe Young in the Victoria 57. Roll down the bottom and get a good run. She sits in position 3. Barnsby's right behind a position 4. Southwell will lead into 3 and 4 for the first time. Zoe Young is right behind Jai Irving, who hails out of Hamilton and Victoria. Terrific battle up in front. They saw themselves in the middle as Della goes up on the inside and moves into position number 6. But Zoe, she is right behind Irving and giving it to him on lap 2 of the B-Main.
Yeah, further back, Aaron Fraser just going back through the field. Looks like the 11 car was slowing momentarily as Zoe Young nearly was alongside of Jai Irving at the start-finish line. The two Victorians, it's like a heat race at Hamilton, the two of them going at it. The JSPA series over there in the Garden State. Jonty Barnsby trying to get himself in the show. He's 4th from Jasmine Arnold and Riley Hanson, who started a long way back in the 87 from the Calabarin Speedway Club in the central wheat belt of Western Australia. He moves into 5th place and he's trying to get himself in the show. Further back is the South Australia 24 at Chelsea Gwen, the 295 for Chloe Della, and all the way from the Nickel Bay Speedway Club in Karratha in the far north of Western Australia, that's Jared Coots. But Southwell's got himself a little bit of a gap back to Irving, Young, and now Barnsby challenging Zoe Young for that 3rd and final transfer position.
Alrighty, so down the front straight away, Brighton Southwell's opened up a pretty handy little lead here, and Jai Irving back in there in car number 46 doing a great job now. He's leading the charge down the back straight away. And have a look at positions 3 and 4 there. We've had a transfer of positions there, car number 87. And that's Riley Hanson has moved up into 3rd place. He's in a qualifying position. In the next one back there, Jonty Barnsby in 24 moved back to 4th place. They've got a bit of work to do. We're trying to find out where Seth Hinsey is. He's still well back down the field. He's got a lot of ground to make up the car. Doesn't seem to have the same speed that he had before, but he's out there. That's the main thing. As they come out of turn 4, Brighton Southwell's now got some of the lap cars to contend with. He goes down to the inside. He's not looked at the outside yet. He's slowed down a little bit. Jai Irving's going to close up. Now Southwell gets underneath of Richter down the back straight away. Now he's on the tail of Olivia Ferraro. And we'll have a look back to Jonty Barnsby has moved up into 3rd place now. He's got ahead of the Riley Hanson car. And Alan, this is turning into a fantastic B-Main.
Oh no! Oh, Southwell's got made contact with Herbert there. Oh, goodness. And she's a lap car and spun around, bicycled up on 2 wheels. And she hit the inside ledge, and we are yellow in the feature race. Oh, goodness. This could be a pivotal moment in the first of 2 B-Mains here in the national title, Smalley.
Yeah, just got another car stopped on the back straight, Jasmine Arnold. She stopped momentarily for a good 10 seconds. She has...
It's about to it gets worse as it goes along, doesn't it? Oh, nose to tail. Ferrero gets into Ahern. Richter, there's 14 laps to run here in the B Main 1. Top 3 to transfer in tonight's national title, and Southwell gets us back underway. The Victoria 46 of Jai Hamilton. Oh, he's from Hamilton, Jai Irving. My apologies, mate. Rolls into second position. And what has he got for the leader? Nice and steady. We've got a car stopped over there, and that's big damage for Richter. Look at the damage in the front end of the South Australian, number 16. Now he's made big contact there, and look at the toe out. We'll get a good shot of that on the infield. And the hook will be required for the South Australian 16. He's made some substantial contact. I'm not sure what happened there, boys.
I think it might have even been a bit of a byproduct of when they all went nose to tail, when they were coming to the cone, when they all ran into the back of each other. I noticed that Richter had a damage there and maybe had a little bit of a steering issue, and then has maybe found the concrete wall down there in turn 2 after that issue beforehand.
There's a lot of damage there, actually. That's pushed the front cross member right back. That wheel's right back into the... Right here. This front wheel's right back into the firewall there. There's a lot of damage there. He's made big contact there. He'll go to work, and they'll get that sorted. We're still rolling. Well, solid yellow. I'll grab you quickly. Hey, Corey. Mate, hard luck, buddy.
Yeah.
You're going all right out there. Were you having fun this weekend, though, mate?
Yeah, I was enjoying myself. Just a pity it ended early. I'd like to thank all my sponsors, my dad, my stepmom for bringing me, and my nan, pa, for watching back home, and for my brother Thomas for the brilliant design he got for me.
Good on you, mate. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Corey Richter.
Well, one of the South Australians that got stranded for a long time, and for him to have that sort of spirit, absolutely fantastic, isn't it, Ryan?
Oh, that's good. I get excited. I could see he was obviously a little emotional, but he did a good job.
And what a battle we've still got ahead in this B Main 1, and we've still got B Main 2 to follow. Both of the B Mains this year brought to you by Auto 1 Collie. Back underway, and straight away Jai Irving and Riley Hanson will try and find a way past. Riley Hanson has come from position 12 to get himself in a transfer position in 87 as Jonty Bunsby and Zoe Young try and apply the pressure to the 3 in front that currently occupy those transfer positions. Jai Irving's car bounced its way through turn 3, and Riley Hanson ranges up alongside him. They're side by side at the start finish line into turn number 1. Jonty Bunsby, he's nipping at the heels, the young fella, the only driver in the field this weekend from the Manjimup Speedway Club. And Riley Hanson goes into second place. What a move down the inside of Jai Irving from P12 up into second, and very shortly might be challenging Brighton Southwell for the race lead with 12 to run of the Make Smoking History Collie Speedway in B Main 1.
Well, Jai Irving's trying his hardest to stay in there, but he's got Jonty Bunsby now closing in, and the first, second, third and fourth is not... Oh, Zoe Young has just collected the wall over there. The yellows haven't come on yet. She's still mobile, but could be serious damage to that. Down the front straight away, Bryden Southwell, still our race leader. Back in second place there is for Riley Hanson. Jai Irving's hanging on to third at the moment, but he's still got Jonty Bunsby right on his bumper as we head on down the back straight away. The next car through there looks like it's Chelsea Quinn, Jasmine Arnold, Chloe Della's in there as well. And I'll tell you what, Ryan, this race has still got a fair way to go.
Yeah, plenty of laps still to run here, and Riley Hanson is right behind your leader. Zoe Young pulls onto the infield with a flat outside front tyre as Jasmine Arnold spins, and she's coming to the infield as well. In the WA 26 over there in turn number 2, race continues. It heats up for the final transfer spot in tonight's B Main 1. The Victoria 46. Irving continues in third position. Jonty Barnsey right behind. Chelsea Gwynn is the next on the racetrack in 5th position. Back to Della. And McNally is how they run here at the moment. Look at Hanson to the outside of Ferrero. And he's definitely, Riley Hanson is definitely catching your leader here. In B-Main 1 of the national title. He is coming with a wet sail here. Southwell, centimetre perfect at the moment and holds on to a reasonable lead. Hanson is still second. Jonty Barnsey. Can Jonty make a charge and move into the national title? Irving a little crossed up through turn 2 there as the race continues in the first of 2 B-Mains.
And also look at Chelsea Gwynn, Rhino, with 6 laps remaining this time around. She's gone from P10 up into 5th place and potentially could challenge Jai Irving or Jonty Barnsby. Barnsby, he'd be trying everything to find a way past Jai Irving for that final transfer position. Irving trying to reward the team for making the big journey. Sat up in Sedans for a number of days and got here to Collie yesterday morning, just in the nick of time to race in this year's National Junior Sedan title. Barnsby is really harassing that back bumper with 5 remaining, with 3/4 of the way through this opening B-Main, brought to you by Auto One Collie. And Brighton Southwell, he's got a handicap back to Riley Hanson, who's been the most impressive driver in this field from position number 12 up into 2nd place in the 87. And Tony Briggs, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, Riley Hanson, the grandson of Peter Weston, a long-time Speedway commentator here in WA.
Absolutely, and fantastic to watch the action out here. They're coming up, I think it's behind Possum Lawrence, is it? Number 66, I'm sure. We've got it over there at the water tank, and she's gone into the water.
Oh!
Mentioned her name.
Holy, that was a big crash. Sorry, Tony.
Yeah, absolutely. Commentators curse. I reckon commentators curse there, Ryan. I mentioned the name, and bam, wham, slam, straight into the wall.
Oh, a big moment there. And that all happened as a couple of, 3rd and 4th challenge for that final transfer spot. Possum got crossed up and a massive tank slap with a help and went bang into the fence. You can see that just ahead of the 48 years sign on the back straight there. Wow, a big moment.
Riley Hanson, look, the Chelsea Gwynn's car, I think it might be blowing a bit of steam too, Al. That's underneath the front of it there, down on turn 4. The cars are running pretty hot. Have a look at Riley Hanson's down here. His radiator's letting out a bit of steam.
Possum's out of the car and okay, folks. Please put your hands together. Wild ride there for her.
One of the things I mentioned last night, the racing for junior sedans, Ryan, is a very safe sport. They're well harnessed into the cars. They've got a containment seat there, 5-point harness. And when they take a big dump like that, very rare that they get an injury.
In tonight's national title, and I'd hate to be an official, you'll be able to pick up some of this damage. It's not as close as we'd love to bring it to you. As we said earlier on in our coverage, 90% of our live streaming gear not here this weekend, including the ability to be able to switch to our infield camera here, along with replays and everything else. Unfortunately, I'm stuck in the middle of the country. But yeah, that is a lot of damage to the front end. The front rails are all bent up to the back into the timing case there.
So Riley Hanson, he's come from P12 up into 2nd, and Chelsea Gwynn, the South Australian entry, has come from P10 up into 4th, Rhino. One more spot, and Chelsea could potentially be in a transfer position. A couple of fast charging through the field cars.
And I think she had steam or something coming out of her car at the stoppage as well. Well, here it is, folks.
5 to go.
Yeah, 5 laps to run for Moyle Engines and Race Parts, the SSA National Junior Sedan title. B-Main 1, top 3 we need to move into tonight's feature race. B-Main 2 coming up next. Southwell, Hanson, they get the early green. And they all look like they were snoozing a little. Hanson was, as Della goes straight to the bottom. And Della's moved into position number 4 with a great move on the inside of Chelsea Gwynn. Jonty Barnsby's up now already into position 7 as Jonty tries the charge through the field. There's 4 laps remaining here.
And it's Bryden Southwell doing a great job. He's jumped right away from second place there, Riley Hanson. As they go down the back straightaway, we see Olivia Ferraro's pulled off to the infield. I think she's got a flat right front. But it is Bryden Southwell out of turn 4 into the front straightaway. Our race leader with 4 laps to go. Back in second place, Riley Hanson, and still hanging on to that transfer position is Jai Irving. He's got a fair bit of pressure from behind, and that is the car of Claude Della now has moved up into 4th place and looking now at trying to make a move on Jai Irving. Oh, this could be chocolate to boil lollies if she's not careful, Elle, out of the turn 4.
Yeah, definitely a big challenge by Chloe Della trying to get that final transfer position. And what about the performance of this young fella this weekend? Deegan McNally resides down at Donnybrook, has only been racing for a little over 12 months. He's only a couple of spots out of qualifying for the A main for a national title. Outstanding job as Riley Hanson has actually closed the gap on our race leader, Bryden Southwell, who's led this one since the start. They greet the white flag from Ian Crow and B main number 1, Wonder Run. And Jai Irving will hopefully for his team out of Victoria, holding to that final transfer position. Not sure if he's got a broken shock or something. The car's bouncing all over the place. But Bryden Southwell and Riley Hanson are going to qualify through into tonight's A main for the National Junior Sedan title. Southwell wins B main 1, punches to the air. Riley Hanson will get there for second, and the Victorian Jai Irving holds on for the third and final qualifying position. Just narrowly missing out will be the 295 of Chloe Della, the 29 of Deeg McNally. Jonty Barnsby worked his way back into 6th place by the end of that one. Chelsea Gwynn, I think the motor started getting hot in the concluding stages in the South Australia 24. She fell back to 7th. And then your final finishes will be the 11 of Erin Fraser, the 4 of Emma O'Hearn, and Shatea Herbert will be the 10th finisher and the final finisher in B main number 1. Olivia Vero, Possum Lawrence, Jasmine Arnold, Zoe Young, Jared Coots, Corey Richter, Mitchell Delaporte, all non-finishing, and Brooke Sutton was a non-starter in car 57.
What a performance. Well done, mate. Congratulations. You've just qualified for the national title.
Well, that's an amazing thing. Like, I've been trying my entire life looking for this, and I've just made my dream making the A-main. I can't thank all my family, mum, dad, Zoe, Travis, Hope, everyone that helps out, Leisha, Lincoln, for making this opportunity and doing everything they can to get me out there. Also, my sponsors, JG Fire Brakes, K&D Car Care, Trenny's Injector Cleaning, Dickers Speed Shop, anyone else, DFAB Race Cars for building this wicked machine. I can't believe it. This is just an amazing opportunity and whatnot. I'm speechless. I don't know. Just everyone that I haven't thanked, thank you so much for this opportunity.
Good on you. Come on, folks, put your hands together for Bryden Southwell.
Not bad for somebody that's speechless there, Ryan. He was very, very good.